It is Thursday. I had a guest lined up, but unfortunately she had to cancel. We're gonna get that rescheduled and I'll get her back up here. But for now, as usual, we ain't did it in a minute. It was time for us to check in with the Ram Report with my man Ram, ALIM Muhammad. You know, it's been a lot going on in the political arena, and he follows that and he gives us a black conscious perspective on that. So, without further ado, Assalamu alaikum, Mke.
Walaikum salam.
What's the...
Happy Black History Month.
Yes, sir.
Day
yes,
20.
sir.
Day 20.
Yeah, it is.
Day 20. Yeah, we got to count every day. Want to get a short month, so we got to count every day.
Right.
Yeah, count every day.
Right. It's been a lot going on. I see your man and them, your mans and them in the news, man, doing a lot of firing, doing a lot of exposing.
You talking about Big Donnie?
Yeah, him and old Eli.
Big Donnie, the Don Father, not the Godfather, the Don Father. The Don Father.
Man, you know we got to check in with you, man, so we can get an understanding for the moves he out here making. So break it on down to us.
Well, what you want to know, Black man?
Man,
what you want to know?
The start from beginning. Hey, he done surpassed his first 100 days, right?
Right.
Has he fulfilled all those things he said he was gonna do within them first 100 days, or on a good road of
And some.
And some. Talk to us.
And some.
Talk to us.
He, you know, when they say shaking the tree.
Yeah.
You know, you turn the light on and the mice and the roaches start running, and they running. They running from getting stepped on and the raid getting sprayed on them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the Democrats out there bad, bro. He got to the point where they can't even get to their job. They protesting with a microphone every day. And you know what the thing about it is nothing they can do. Nothing they can do. I think that man I think he got a little attitude, man. I think he might be due to take one of them aggression classes.
No, not
anger
that.
management class. Yeah, man. I think, I think he on that. But you got to look at it from the standpoint. First of all, we forget that they tried to kill him.
Uh-oh.
Why is no press on that? That man got away from a bullet. It says divine intervention from Allah God. He got shot in the ear. He moved over on it. The bullet would have took his head off, bro. They tried to kill him.
I think
you don't hear nobody talking about it. Not even local media. You don't hear local media talking about they tried to kill a sitting president.
Yeah.
Channel 4, 6, 12. They don't even talk about it. Huh? You think they wanted him dead?
I think a lot of people still think it was staged.
How?
I don't know. You know, we conspiracy theorists out here.
Yeah, but for the wrong thing, though.
Right.
For the wrong thing.
They think it was staged because he missed.
Oh man, come on, man. He was a young boy that was up there. He wasn't even 20 years old. He wouldn't even know to buy a drink at the bar. At C notes, man. He couldn't even buy a drink at C. Notes, man. Huh? He had a young boy up there shooting. He couldn't even come to you guys' place and get a drink, man. He wouldn't know to get a drink, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the young boy missed. What I'm saying is, you got a sitting president. They tried to kill him, man. But, he won every state. The right way. He won every state. Democrats mad. They mad. So, everything he said he going to do during the campaign, he doing. And a lot of people upset because of what he doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now the moves he doing, how does that affect the black community? We hear a lot of talk of the DEI and things like that, and how does these things directly affect us or not? And we just following that the what is it, the fear they throwing out there without investigating it.
I think it's more so what you just said. I think it's a hard-headed listener. They listen to what they want to hear. I think they listen to what they want to hear, because not one time have I heard them say anything that's impactful, that's going to harm the black community. Everything he's doing is going to help us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? DEI, what they call diversity, equality, and inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
I think that hurt the black man the worst out of everybody. They said out of all the categories, we was at the bottom.
Mm.
They had disability people in the LGBT community above us. Standing on the advance of the civil rights movement, white women benefited the most out the program.
Yeah.
So for a black person to sit up there and say that removing that is bad, I can't see it. Get a caller to call in, and let's have a discussion about how many black men work for the city, county, and the state. That if there was no DEI, we had an equal chance on merit to get jobs in these places. You know? And don't even talk about white corporations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how many black men got college degrees and they work in their degree, even if they go to MATC? You know, it's a moment of truth now. It's a moment of truth. You know, the LGBT people, they were the ones crying the most. And look, they even had the people with disability getting jobs quicker than a black man. You know what I'm saying? You go to some of these places, you got people with disability getting a job. That person don't even really know what they're doing. He just there getting a check. I'm not trying to make fun of them, but I'm just saying they use that to step on us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then people got a misunderstanding about Elon Musk. You know what he's doing? He said he come to find waste, fraud, and abuse. Waste, fraud, and abuse. Why would you be upset about that? The people that's upset about it is people that's been benefiting from living off the backs of the taxpayers for free. So that affects a lot of in these phony programs. They'll get slush fund money, bro. That means a lot of these programs are going to dry up. That people call in or we be talking about, that it seems like that day might be over with. All right? Why would you be mad about that?
Now, I see where they say they found a very, very high number of people receiving Social Security that are not even breathing on this earth.
What does that sound like?
All right. And now they should know who these people is, because somebody been cashing the check. Somebody done went into a bank with their ID.
Yeah. But the thing is,
somebody done made theyself the payee and never said the person was deceased.
I'm just saying, who was doing it though?
Right.
All these years, they said go back maybe 80 years. 80 years. 80 years. They said something like 5 million people that's over the age of 150 getting SSI check. So you remember they was always talking about that Social Security is not going to last, it's going to fall off, and this and that. Now, I guess now you can see why. Somebody got exposed. Now we got to find out who signed off on it. And it wasn't nobody that was with President Trump. But you going to get mad at Elon Musk because he want to go take a look. Like you said, let's go take a look-see. Let's go take a look-see. Where you going to take a look-see at, man? We just want to walk over here to Social Security, man, see what's going on over there. They shaking their boots. They cussing the man out. Outside with the mic. Hakeem Jeffries and Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer and Tim O'Connell. Huh? He said, waste, fraud, and abuse of taxpayer money. Now, what I want to know is, Chuck Schumer, as a U.S. Senator, he make about $260,000 a year, but he got a net worth of $102 million. How do you get that kind of money? What are you doing to get that kind of money? They say he had no side job, or what we say, no side hustle. Where that money come from? We got to talk about that.
Came from somewhere.
Yeah, where it come from? Don't the taxpayer have a right to know? Huh?
Makes sense to me. So
Hey,
it's
but
essentially what they doing is auditing all government departments.
There you go. That's never been done. It's never been done.
They saying show us what you've been doing with the money.
Yeah.
And people
And you know
and people
about
don't want
it
to
is-
show.
Right. Because if you found guilty, those are federal crimes. They carry prison time. Hard prison time. You remember when the people was caught for stealing money from the charter schools? They got prison time? Well, that carry prison time too. See, the question is, the money, what is it all connected to? This is just the tip of the iceberg. They said every agency had fraud. Every agency.
I know these
They
folks
stopped-
wishing they didn't
they
mess
stopped-
with that man now, huh?
He come back with a vengeance.
Build himself.
He sit there.
He got on his Tupac. He got his weight up. Now he coming back for his enemies.
Man.
This is hit 'em up. This is dish record.
Hey, they say he playing Kendrick. They say he played Kendrick Lamar in the Oval Office, man. Kendrick Lamar, Coolio, all that. Big Donnie. Yeah. I can see him in there dancing.
So in your opinion, man, why is a number of the black community in an uproar about his activities? Is it simply because they just not informed, miseducated?
Yeah, unfortunately. And obviously, like I tell people, you don't like Louis Farrakhan either. So what's new? On all your lists, that's what I just said. They don't like Louis Farrakhan, do they?
Nope.
Okay. So now you got a white man they don't like. And see, that's the problem. He a white man that they don't like. See? Hey, only difference between the two is Farrakhan talk about it and expose it, you don't like it. Donnie talk about it, he in position to do something, and he is stopping it, and you hate him. Did you hear what he said about the food stamp program with Robert F. Kennedy? So everybody he appointed, black people hate.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got confirmed is to detect waste, fraud, and abuse. And, you know, you go look at those names, Cash Patel, the FBI, they're going to eliminate the FBI. It's not going to be no FBI. He should be confirmed by Friday. They trying to hold it up. Pam Bondi, she's a general U.S. attorney, and she says she specifically going after everybody that was part of January 6th, that was a part of the Russian collusion, that was a part of the impeachment, the assassination attempt. You know what? Some of those crimes carry the death penalty. Anybody, and the people that signed the FISA warrant, which was the warrant that was used to spy on a sitting president. All those carry deep prison time and the death penalty by the rope or the bullet. So people shaking in their boots. They're shaking in their boots. They're going to take down the Department of Education. It says massive fraud. Give it back to the states. Massive fraud. So what makes me think is there's a lot of black people that was accepting money to do nothing. Yep. Obviously. A lot of people accept the money to do nothing. And here in Milwaukee. And these little funky programs they call themselves running. And then look at the black community. So it's just not, you know, they upset. He controlled the Treasury. So all the federal money that come in for these programs that these Negroes been living off of, he stopped that too. No money coming. He shut the water off. That motherfucker dripping now. They probably done put a wash in it now. They ain't even in a drip. You know, the sink is dry. It's dry. Hey, you know who got to be nervous right now?
Who that?
Willie Hines Sr.
Oh, he ain't got away?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Ain't nobody getting away. Because guess what? Hack'em get money from the federal government, from HUD. And a black man was appointed to be the head of HUD. He's going to find all fraud, waste, fraud, and abuse. And what they put in the paper, they said that the housing authority of the city of Milwaukee, it was 2.8 million, probably plus missing. And little Willie, he was the executive director, right? Remember how he was on TV bragging about, well, I don't know what's going on, and, you know, all I can think about is going in retirement and da-da-da. Man, they gonna put a stop to all that, bro.
Yeah, I heard, I seen a conversation with some people fussing about how this Chevy let him retire with this pension and all that without taking action for what he did.
Chevy might get called on the carpet too. You see what they're doing with the mayor of New York? They're asking for his removal.
That's that brother, the boy,
and they just
removed,
right? They just removed a congresswoman. They said they walked her out the Congress, walked her out, got fired.
Wow.
And all these mayors of these cities and these secretaries here talking about they not going to cooperate with Holman. That dude look kind of tough to me, bro. He like one of them whiteys from the South Side, man, with an attitude, man. That live in West Dallas with a pickup truck. He got the big boys with the baseball cap, with the overalls on, with shotguns. That's what he look like, man. They talking about they not going to cooperate. How can a black person side with it and say it's okay for these immigrants to be over here that's selling fentanyl, raping women, getting away, killing people? If you're a black person in Milwaukee, how can you sit and side with that? He said, we're going to put a stop to the fentanyl sale. Stopping it coming in from Canada, Mexico, and China. Why would you be mad at that?
Right.
And they said they're going to go up in the jails and grab these people that's committing these crimes. They're walking up in there. What they going to do? What they going to do?
They can't run.
Can't do nothing. Because they've been deputized.
Now they say...
The mayor down in Chicago, the brother, he looks so silly. When the executive order has been written to do something, and you an elected official, and you trying to stop it, wouldn't that be obstruction?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, black folks need to get the law books out. You know, we always been on the side of the law that's been affecting us. Now we can watch it be affect other people. You can see who the sellout and the traders are now. Huh?
Yeah.
The Department of Education, they said the amount of fraud in there is in the trillions, man.
Man, they after him, man.
I could say it's in the trillions.
Yeah.
In the trillions. You hear me? In the trillions. It says fraud in every agency. And remember we was talking about President Trump, that he loved people who have served in the U.S. military?
Mm-hmm.
Every person has served in one branch of the military sometime in their career. Every person, the women and the men, all of them have served, whether it's in Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Coast Guard. You know, all of them have served. And some of them were enlisted people, like the new chief of the DOD, Department of Defense. He was a grunt. He was a grunt. That gang that was in Ohio that was selling fentanyl from Venezuela, and the one they said they was the first two that they got scooped up. And they said it was in them cities going door to door. You know that knock. Black folks know that knock. It ain't ding dong.
Yeah. That's the knock make everybody stand still for 3 minutes. You had that awkward silence, then the awkward silence, then the scramble.
Hey, you know what else it make you do? You know what else it make you do?
What's that?
It mess up your high.
Oh yeah. Oh, you instant sober. You instant sober.
You smoking that blunt, drinking some here, you hear a knock, man, everything just go away.
You instant sober. Hey, boy, I could flash back to another life when I experienced that knock. Not only was we instant sober, we done flushed everything down the toilet, all kind of stuff, man. Hey, then the knock wasn't even for us. They was just going door to door trying to see who did some domestic violence damage to a girl car.
Right. Hey, but just because y'all moving around, they want to take a look-see in there, too.
Hey, they didn't have to take a look-see in there. We done clinked up. We done took a loss for nothing.
Right. Right.
Hey, we want to go find her. We back here spray painting this damn woman car because her man cheating. Got these police beating on our door.
Oh wow.
Wow. They beating on the door like it's a raid. All they want to do is just know some stuff. Like, man.
That's all I. That's all. You know, I was making up names for all the characters that's in the just for some fun for the characters that's in the new administration, man. And Donald Trump, I see him like Batman or Michael in The Godfather. Elon Musk, that's Iron Man, Tony Stark for sure. Pam Bondi, the blonde, she kind of cute too, but she's smart though.
Yeah.
No, she is. She I ain't gonna say she's not ugly, but she remind me of, you remember that movie Kill Bill?
Yeah.
That's her with the sword and a scrape on her face with some blood on one side.
Running around getting her lick back.
Man, handling everybody like they stole something from her. and making it personal. Hey, Tom Holman, the Borders are. You know who that is?
Who that?
That's Wolverine. Oh yeah. You are gonna cooperate. There's only one way. Is my way. Cash Patel, the FBI. That's the Black Panther. Yeah. What's her name? Laura McNair, Department of Education. You know who I think she is? Take a guess.
Who?
That's Lieutenant Benson from Law and Order. As soon as she come on the scene, you don't rape somebody, and she want a rape kit. She don't see nothing else.
Yeah.
She don't see nothing else. You got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that we're not about to send you to Rikers. You guilty. Yeah, that's Lieutenant Benson for sure. Who else I have? Oh, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. That's Dr. Strange. Man. You know, he talking about with the food stamp program, making it where you can't buy junk food. Uh-oh. No more big girl.
Hey, but you know what? That's only going to work in some stores. Because, like, even now, you got to think about it. It's only going to work in the stores that actually scan the groceries. You know what I mean? When you go to your corner store, your gas stations, which is, let's be honest, where a lot of these single mothers with food stamps go shop at, family, you know what I mean? I done seen them go buy banquet boxes of chicken at the gas station. You know what I mean? They go to whatever conveniently close. And these places, they don't scan your item. They just type in the number and swipe your food stamp card.
Well, what if they make it where you only can go to certain stores?
Then now we on to something else there.
I don't know. They ain't said how they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But he said he gonna fight obesity, and we got obesity in the black community.
Yeah.
Among our black, we do. It's you know, he was talking about the high fructose corn syrup, and he's talking about how diabetes is killing people, and it's killing more black women than any other. But then check it out,
like they just made it. Well, they ain't even just make it. They actually been doing it for quite some time now, where you can go to these fast food joints and purchase food with your Quest card. So you getting that high fructose corn syrup, and you getting that processed meats and all that, regardless.
Yeah, but it's gonna force black women to get back in the damn kitchen, bro. So you want to say that you cool with being unhealthy? Huh?
Oh no, I'm not at all. But you know, it ain't about them being cooked. They just lazy like that.
Yeah, but they grandmamas was cooking. These same women that's gonna complain about it, they the same one that taking the cash money and buying camel eyelashes and rainbow weaves and nose rings.
That's why they got food stamps for, just so they could bust them extra moves. No, not all of them, though. I'm just talking. But
yeah, and then you look at the pharmaceutical industry gonna get shut down.
Is that why we've been losing Walgreens?
Man,
Walgreens a pretty big chain, so to see them closing at the rate they've been doing is something they know we don't.
Yeah, they know. You gotta remember that them 4 years that Biden was sitting there, Trump was still the president. So nothing stopped moving. Everything was still moving.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they said president and president-elect. They went to the point where they wouldn't even call him Biden president. They just said Joe Biden. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
See? So everything was moving forward. The pharmaceutical industry is going to be sued because a lot of them participated with the COVID-19. And they said a lot of them that could participate if knowing that some of them will receive the death penalty for murder. They said they're going to look back at all the nursing homes across the country, especially them sanctuary cities and states, that people who died, they're going to sue them people. And them family members are going to get paid.
Oh, keep me to
Nobody gets away.
I got to stay up to rest of that because my mama death was classified as a COVID death. So if it's some things going on, I damn sure want to be a part of that.
Hey man, checks on the way, bro. The one guy was saying last week, he said it was so much fraud. And they haven't even looked at all the agencies. They said it's not in the millions. It's not in the billions. It's not in the trillions. It's in the quadrillions. It's in the quadrillions. Quadrillions. Huh? The quadrillions of fraud in every agency. And that's from every president. We'll just say from Kennedy, after Kennedy was murdered, to Obama. Then you got a little gap. And then Joe Biden. And I guess you can count Kamala, the she-male. Kamala. Yeah, so the fraud, you're talking about fraud, probably 80 years of fraud. 60, 70, 80 years of fraud. Waste, fraud, and abuse of taxpayer money. They stopped, in the Department of Interior, they stopped $20 billion yesterday for the false flag of global warming. $20 billion. And they said they take all this money and they're going to put it in a U.S. sovereign fund for the American people. And some people trying to say that Trump is taking the money, him and Elon Musk will take the money, and they're going to keep it for themselves. That's how ignorant a lot of our people talking. And then you got these ignorant Negroes like D.L. Hughley and Joy Reid and all these other ignorant. See, them Negroes is on the take. They'll get money. See, that's why the one reason they're speaking against it, they were getting fraudulent money through slush funds. All that's being stopped. Because remember, the Treasury control all the grant money. You hear me?
Is that where they wouldn't let nobody in the building at? Where was that? I seen something on the news where they had people outside, they wouldn't let them in the building. They say, y'all can't come in.
That was Department of Education. They wouldn't even let them get to their computer.
Yeah.
You know, you remember when he started doing the buyout? I heard first it was 75,000 people. Now it's over 150,000 people that willingly want to take the buyout. So with the buyout, they get fired and they get 8 months of salary. So it ain't like you just get fired, you don't get nothing. I'm gonna give you 8 months salary, you just can't come back to work here. See?
Got to get you some business elsewhere.
Right. And everybody under Pam Bondi, they fired, I forgot how many U.S. attorneys they fired. So you figure every U.S. attorney, most states was fired. I think the number is something like 10,000. Because the U.S. attorneys is connected to the CIA and the FBI, and those are the people that participated in January 6th, the Russian collusion, the trial with Marlon Maples, everything that they used to try to get Trump kicked out of office that failed. All those people got fired. And some of them going to get prison time. And some of them might be executed for treason. So treason is when you cooperate with a known enemy outside the United States border, when you take your oath and say you shall defend, when you break that oath, that's treason. And depending on what you do, you can get the bullet, lethal injection, or the rope. And they said Big Donnie's so smooth, he let them pick how they want to die. Get your last meal, get to pick how you want to die. Open up the menu. Okay, got 3 options here. Which one do you think you're going to pick? Be like, oh, nah, John, you're a little old there. I think you should just go ahead and take the needle. you take the needle, you won't feel nothing. Your feet just get a little cold, and then you check on out of here. Check on out of here. And you know the part they haven't talked about yet?
What that?
The missing children.
Oh, yeah.
And when they start talking about that, a lot of these black people, some of them are going to go in shock. Because they got to tell them that Alexis Patterson is dead. And then they're going to have a discussion of what happened to her. You know, I got to tell you that she's dead. See? They got to have that discussion. You know, what happened to these people? Our children. And people like Gwen Moore's in on it, Tammy Baldwin. I want to say locally that some people in the Common Council is involved with. You remember Chairman Spencer?
Mm-hmm.
He got to be smiling right now.
Why that?
Because you remember, he wanted to file charge against the whole Common Council. Remember? Fraud he talking about. He said he wanted to audit the Common Council. Guess what? Maybe his wisdom came through. Because they're going to have an audit here, too. So, you know, Khalif Rainey and Ashanti, all of them got to be shaking in their boots. Don't get mad at well, I didn't do nothing. People like me, you mean we couldn't get a contract or a job or nothing. It was all y'all friends and family.
Now, you know people are always going to ask, Ram, where do you get this intel from? Or is it just all speculation and wishful thinking?
It's called research. You know, research, that means you sit down, you look at data, and you connect the dots. You know, like, what do an attorney do? How does an attorney process a person to find out if they're guilty? Don't they go backwards and then come forward?
Mm-hmm.
They take the current event and then they walk it back, right? Ain't that what the police do? They said, we got to build a case. We got to build a case against Ram. They build a case. They, you know, like when you watch Law and Order or you watch Chicago PD, they be sitting in the Situation Room and they got the easel board or they got the Google chalkboard. They got pictures and this person and what they're doing, where they live and all that. Don't they build a case?
Mm-hmm. See,
they show you right there on TV. Most of all our people love these cop shows. Yeah. Don't Lieutenant Bisson and Stabler, when they go after somebody, where they going after a child pedophile network or whatever, don't they build a case against a person?
Yeah.
Then they go talk to what's his name, the two young guys that's the DAs, and take it to court. And then when they get that person, they know they're guilty. With the black ones, they be with the orange suit, but the white people get to sit in the room with their attorney. You know, you got money, you get the lawyer up. And then when the person they know they're guilty say, okay, what kind of deal can you give me? Ain't that the first thing they say?
Yep.
They know they're going to jail. They say, man, what kind of deal can I get? 25 with no parole. 15, such and such. Well, that's the same thing that you do. You walk this back and you look for like they say, the footprints in the snow. Metaphor, nice metaphor. Or they say, Sayer is guilty. His fingerprints is all over this. So, you might have a few news networks that's discussing these topics, but the majority of them are not. Like what we're discussing right now, the only news station, like I'll be posting, that they actually have a discussion about President Trump and what he's doing is Fox and Friends on cable. All the rest of them are against him. Or now, the difference there now is, since he's a sitting president, they don't want to get charged with sedition, which is U.S. Code 2382, sedition. And sedition is that you speak bad about an elected official that's in office. And that carries 10 years for each charge.
What?
So people in the news are very careful about what they say and how they say it.
Wait a minute, what happened to free speech?
Well, you can't speak against the president. Like in most countries, you speak against the
Well,
prime.
we watch these news folks speak against the president all the time.
No, they ain't doing it now. They ain't doing it now. Watch them now. They ain't doing it now. They were doing it when he wasn't in office. They ain't doing it now. Look at the TV show The View. Where Whoopi at? Where's Whoopi at?
She ain't on there no more? I don't know. It's been so long since I checked it out.
I heard she got scooped up.
What Whoopi do?
Hey, Whoopi's name is on that list of Epstein Island. Oh yeah, they're gonna release the official list of Epstein Island and the official list of the P. Diddy freak-offs. And let's get an understanding about P. Diddy, first of all. To your black listeners, if they listen out here, Ram is talking to you right now. Epstein and P. Diddy did the same thing. One of them black, one of them white. And Jay-Z is involved too. Actually, Jay-Z brought P. Diddy in. So I know a lot of black people, like you said, that are misinformed, low information, and don't know. In our community, they see Jay-Z as this icon that can't be touched. Not only he could be touched, he got an orange suit on now. He got an orange suit on. He got an orange suit on. So you notice now they're talking about with Cassie and these other people that they was involved with at these parties, and they got that girl Allie Carter. She was a victim of these parties, and Jaguar Wright. You got to really sit back and look at what they're saying, and if it's credible. They talking. So you have to assume that they are protected. And they are protected by the same people that Tom Ullman is using to make these arrests. You just don't see them, but they there. So, like they say, this is a big movie. So every day when you watch the news, you see these plane crashes, this and that. That is the battles that's been held off the radar. Now you're getting a chance to see them. So the people who are being arrested, they're causing these distractions. But at this point, the people in the middle is being squeezed. It's just like when you being circled, the wagons being circled, that's what's happening right now.
Okay.
Because all the top people, they gone. So when I say gone, I mean like they in coffins up on the ground. They're not breathing no more. They gone. They gone. And they're going to start putting it on TV more and more like what you're seeing now. And the reason they're going to use television is because the mass of the people have been brainwashed so well by the system of the Jews is that you say, well, where did you hear that at? Well, I saw it on TV. Well, in a few days, you are going to be able to see it on TV, and they're going to show some of these tribunals. So some of these people have been arrested, and they're going to show some of the executions on TV. Now, while that's happening, it's going to be the golden age. This is the good part. So it's not going to be no more Social Security. But they're going to take the Social Security and make accounts for all the American people, especially the ones over the age of 18. And I just heard something recently that there's going to be a stimulus check that's going to come out. It's going to probably be somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000 given to the American people. Why all this other stuff is happening? The money that's being... Now, think about the... First of all, let's go back and talk about the fraud. Remember the agency USAID? USAID that they found the fraud in? No. All those African... They pull all that money back. And then, you have to think about, why was all these African countries getting this money? So they give these countries these money. What kind of business were they doing with them just to give a prime minister $60 million a year, $100 million? And then, they give these people money, then you see the family of those people living good and everybody else is in poverty, or they got military to stop the resistance. You got to look at that. Look at what's going on in Ghana and South Africa. Oppenheimer and De Beers, they was mining diamonds in Africa. Right. Them Jews are down there, what they call themselves Afrikaners. They had to go down there and clean that place out.
Now, what
was going on in the tunnel?
I heard somebody call Elon Musk that. Somebody was like, he from South Africa, and somebody said, yeah, he an Afrikaner.
Who?
It was on some feed I was following on social media.
He is, or we gonna say was?
Now break that down. What Afrikaner is?
Afrikaner is a European, specifically a German that was born in South Africa. They're not Aboriginal, but they were born on that soil. So when you go back to the time of Shaka Zulu, white people down there, they were from Germany. So you remember when Shaka Zulu died, the whites came in and took over South Africa. So that timeline, you got to look at that timeline. But while Shaka Zulu was living, they couldn't really do nothing. And they waited till he died. And they went in on South Africa. They used the Bible. So the condition of South Africa up until Trump came in office is because of the Germans that went down there. Those are the Afrikaners. And they straight and raped and ripped up South Africa and set up like De Beers who sell diamonds and Oppenheimer who sell diamonds. They took the gold, the silver, everything. And they was abducting the kids too.
Oh, wow.
How long was that going on? So we talk about the child abduction. We talking about 800,000 was going missing a year. And we was just say from 1947 to 2016, every year 800,000 children come up missing. Globally, between 8 and 10 million, some say 15 million, come up missing every year. And that topic is another topic for another day. Because now you're starting to go down a rabbit hole.
That old rabbit hole. Excuse me.
Go down a rabbit hole.
That old rabbit hole again.
Yep, you got to go down a rabbit hole. I saw some people, you go on my page, they debate me about some of the stuff I'm posting. And all I'm going to do to tell them is, respectfully, that they should come to the page with an open mind and a notebook to learn. And don't be disrespectful. Because the topic that I'm discussing is above their pay grade. Respectfully. Respectfully. and I have the sources, the news stories, the videos to support what I'm talking about. And it don't have to come from sources who they seem or think it should come from. It's not about that. See, because for me, I like to support the underdog that everybody's going against. Because when you got a whole bunch of people going after one person, it got to be something there.
Say something up.
Yeah, something got to be going on there. The other thing is they said the banks was trying to move gold around. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. When Trump first came in office, maybe one day we could probably just do a show and I'll share some of the links. We could maybe even come in the studio, maybe have a talk, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Or what happened when President Trump went to see the Pope and talk about the arrests that were made and all the cardinals that were arrested and the gold. They said it was 650 aircraft carrier ships that took all the gold from Israel and the Vatican. And the word repatriated means they take the gold and give it back to the countries that it was stolen from.
Now, why,
the Jews did.
Why is this type of stuff not seen on when I turn on Fox or WISN?
Because they're not reported.
BBC,
they're part of it. They're not going to report it.
The national news desk of BBC.
They're not going to report it. They're not going to report it. That happened in 2017. That's what, 7 years ago? Why they not? The question is, why aren't the news stations reported? Because they are controlled by the Zionist Jews. The same Jews that we talk about in the Holy Quran and Surah 9, that same group. Same ones that Jesus talked about in John chapter 8:44, those same Jews. Now, when you say Zionist means that they're satanic. So that means they control the media. What you see and what you read. See? So one of the ways they control something is like when you sit at that news desk, you read off the teleprompter. And who controls the teleprompter? The Jews control the press. They're not sitting up there writing their own stories. When they come to work, they tell them what to say. And a person who worked all their life to get at that news desk and they paying them $4 million, $5 million a year, what you think they're going to do?
Keep getting that check.
Man, tell me about it. They got that condo they trying to pay for. And
keep right on getting that
check.
That
1980. The women, they buying that Vera Wang and Donna Karen and all that. Now they go against that. All that stops. So when they say you being pimped or compromised for a paycheck, and for a paycheck, compromised for cash, that's what they're talking about. That's another form of selling out. And then over time, some of them figure there's something going on. Then you notice they always get people that get fired.
Yeah.
They say, you're not doing your job. What is my job? You're supposed to read from the teleprompter. That's what we're paying you for. And they make them do what? Sign a contract. Several people that worked at Channel 12, I know, they're not there no more. Even Mike Anderson. They try their best to report news the way they want to do. The only way you can do that now, you got to set a podcast up. Set that podcast up, right? Mm-hmm. You set your podcast up, you can say what you want to say. That's how it goes. You think the Jews gonna let you sit up there and talk about them, and they paying you? That's why you don't hear it on the news. So you think somebody gonna hire you to go up there and talk about, now you know, them Jews that I work, yeah, they the same ones, man, that's snatching these kids up, man. I saw it. So you think they're going to let you get on the 5:30 news and say that? So we got to start thinking on a higher level about what's going on here.
Is they going to let you get on the podcast and say that? We done seen plenty of examples, i.e. Nick Cannon saying things for what they feel against them, and they had him shut down until he said, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess that go back to you say he had some bills to pay and some mansions to upkeep on.
Well, then it depends on when you're doing a podcast, you got to make sure you're not on the format that they own. So you're not going to do that on YouTube. You're not going to do that on Instagram. Because when I say the Zionist Jews control me, they control 94% of the media. So it's just not TV. It includes radio. It includes the internet. It includes magazines and books. So you got to do something that's independent of that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do something independent of that, that means you building your own base up, and you got to drive people to your new format because they're not going to be on Facebook.
Right.
And only a true soldier going to do that. Most people want something that's already set up. They don't want to work that hard. But you battling, you fighting a war, but you bringing truth. So the enemy not going to make it easy for you. See? He's not going to make it easy for you. You say, man, look, man, I hear what you're saying, man. What you're doing is good. You can come and start a podcast and put it right here on Facebook. Think he's gonna do that? But we gotta think. We gotta be a little bit more military and strategic about what we're thinking about when we make these moves to do stuff, or we see stuff that's happening. What's really happening and how it's happening. We gotta look at that. We gotta look at that from a very mature level. Huh? Even when you look at some of these other radio shows, if they on stations that's supported by these big companies, they can't get on there and talk about what they want to talk about. First thing they be talking about, oh man, I got a call from the SEC, man. They didn't like what you were saying, such and such. And then the first thing they do, they bring up your contract. Well, that's a breach of contract. You're not supposed to be able to say it. You can't say that. They give you, baby, one warning. Second time, they just fire you. So you're not going to go in their house and go against them, number one. Right. Going forward from that, then we can look at everything that's going on and say, wait a minute. You mean I can't do that? You can't do that. Can't. You can't. I heard the fraud is so big that if they was to, for 1 year, they said that every American over the age of 18 could get a check for $1 million. And they said it would still be trillions in the fund. The amount of fraud, waste, and abuse.
Oh, wow.
Now, just because we haven't had a conversation about Nassar and Gassara yet, and that's on the table. We haven't talked about that. And that's not even something we talk about in the black community. See? But it's a lot of black people that say we're supposed to be poor.
So what should we be paying attention to now? Yesterday we just had a local election.
Yep, I voted.
Didn't hear much talk about it. I think I heard a few commercials here and there. But
yeah, it was,
as usual,
it was for a superintendent in my district. Some people voted for a new mayor, the brother who committed suicide.
Okay.
Right. And I voted. Hey, guess what number I was?
What number?
Take a guess. And I
Uh,
went at. Wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you what time I went. I went around 6:45
AM,
on Tuesday.
PM.
PM. Yeah. I was over at 8 o'clock.
23.
Nope. Nope. I was number 9, bro.
Number 9? Ouch.
So when we talk about our people getting involved, they make excuses why they don't vote. They make excuses why they don't vote. I talked to about 5, 6 people about it. They jump to excuses right away.
Now before we,
And most, they can go at lunchtime and vote.
right. Before we,
Or you can say, I don't. You look. Then
yeah.
they try to put the kids on the table for that. Well, I had to. Okay, but the polls don't close at 8 o'clock. You know,
Yeah.
polls don't close at 8 o'clock.
And let's shift.
Hey.
Let me shift gears for a second, Ock, before we get up out of here. Now it was a big thing going on. It was all over the news. In regards to the mural for Sade Robinson, the young lady that was killed by the white boy and dismembered or whatnot. Now, it was said that the city, whoever was getting a lot of emails, a lot of racist hate or whatnot, a lot of backlash about the city wanting to put up the funds to pay for this mural. So the family not wanting to deal with that, I would assume they said, you know what, we'll get this money up ourselves. And they started a GoFundMe. Originally, the GoFundMe, when I first noticed it, the goal was $7,000. Needless to say, they reached that. I guess it's still going on to this date, with the goal raised up to $45,000, and they are currently at $35,773 raised. They did it without the city. You know what I mean? And I would assume because they changed the goal and went up. I mean, and this is all part of a big foundation. I'm trying to reach out to somebody from the family or from the foundation, get them on the show to come talk to us about it. Because on the GoFundMe account, it's listed as Sade's Voice Foundation, Park Memorial, and nonprofit startup. So I guess they switch some things up, and they moving forward. And we're gonna find out. We ain't gonna try to guess it. We're gonna find out exactly what's what. In the description for the GoFundMe, it reads, Sade Robinson was 19-year-old black woman murdered and dismembered in Milwaukee in April of 2024. Sade's Voice Foundation is a nonprofit organization operated by her family to carry out her legacy by speaking out for primarily underserviced BIPOC, black indigenous people of color, individuals who are missing, murdered, or whose cases have been neglected and mishandled by media and law enforcement. These funds will serve to help start up operations of this nonprofit, though they will primarily be used to plant a permanent memorial for Sade Robinson in collaboration with Milwaukee County Parks. The first annual Sade's Voice Community Artist Gala fundraiser event and grant scholarship for Sade's Voice of Self-Defense, courses for young women in the Milwaukee area, and our second annual Sade's Voice Foundation's Back to School Drive. So yeah, they doing, they moving forward, doing some positive things, man, in the name of their deceased loved one. That's great. And I'm in the process, I want to see these emails. I'm in the process of trying to get an open records request in and get my hands on these emails that the city was getting, because I want to see who these people was and what they had to say.
So what do you ask from me?
I'm just like, how do you feel about? Have you followed that story? How do you feel about that? Where that position that the city was forced to back up and not be a part of the memorial in whatever aspect it was in the beginning.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it.
Yeah.
You familiar with Denzel's movie The Equalizer, right?
Yeah.
I wish it was a band of brothers with ski masks to go handle everybody that handled that case. And handle them the way that he was handling them in the movie. Especially in the movie, the first movie, when he locked the door.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I'm at on that. Because street justice is the only way that we can get justice for Sade. And show you the scariness of the black elected officials. Now, one black elected official stood up. Now, this close your eyes, right? Imagine if that happened to a white woman in Milwaukee. So I don't want to hear nothing about no damn memorial and all this stuff. Just talk about justice. If that would have happened to a white woman in Milwaukee and a black man dismembered her and cut her up and cut her head off. Let's start from that point. And how would that have been handled? And then all these brothers out here that's running around, got AKs and all this other stuff, material stuff, won't bust a grape against one white person. But they call themselves tough, and they doing this, they doing that. They macking, they hold something down. They holding nothing down, man. They shooting each other. And this is one of our sisters. So have that conversation with these people. I don't give a damn about this memorial. That's what a mother should do. And the city, and every black elected official in this state, they should have been at a press conference pressing down for the justices and even pushing for the point to say we want the death penalty for this whitey. Huh?
Right.
I don't hear that.
Because I
get upset when I hear about this case.
I can imagine once he get convicted and sent to prison, they not even going to keep him in Wisconsin. They going to send him somewhere else. He going to be one of them. He won't
get away.
You know what I mean?
He won't get away. Because you remember what happened to Dahmer? It's going to happen to him too. I don't care where he go. Somewhere, some prisoner is going to be a brother that's going to be working at night, and they're going to leave this door open. He's not going to get away. Because in the prisons, it's mostly us, right?
Right.
And they're going to tell some of the brothers that be working out all the time, man, ain't that dude that did that? What you think? How you think they going to feel? He ain't getting away. And I want it to happen. That's where I'm at on it. As far as with Chevy and all them, they bitched out, bro. They went straight bitch mode. All of them. All of them. Everybody black that's elected, while that happened, and even they got off, they all went straight bitch mode. Because you know and I know, if that was a white woman that happened to in Milwaukee, let's just talk about that.
The police wouldn't have brung him in. He'd have had to stop at the hospital first if he even made it.
Man.
That would have been
a riot, bro.
That would have been in one of their we cornered the suspect in a hotel room and he appeared to die from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Bro. Or the police would have did it themselves.
That's my point.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, where is this at in our community? Why are we always talking about, we talk about all these people that got these guns and all this stuff, bro. They ain't doing nothing. I don't care about these cats riding around and got smoke windows and they they selling this, selling that, and they got this and that. They ain't busting nothing.
Right.
You ain't gangster or nothing. Walk around your pants sagging, got a billboard, got 2 cell phones and all this. All you doing is you killing the community just like that white man killed her. You ain't mobbing nothing. And these mamas is allowing them to sit in their house and do that. They're not mobbing nothing. So let's get that nonsense out of our head, bro.
Yeah.
They ain't mobbing nothing. Why is Zimmerman still breathing? Why is Dillard that walked up in the church in South Carolina and killed a black man that was a U.S. state senator and 8 other people, why is he still breathing? Why there ain't no talk among the brothers from 18 to 35 that's out here in these street organizations doing so? Why they not talking about it?
Wow.
You see it every day in the street. Why they not talking about this? Sean Bell, Abner Lewis, got raped with a broomstick by the police in New York. Let's bring them all up. Pull them up.
Yeah, I remember
Pull
that.
them up. No, pull them up. Mike Brown. What's his name? George, over in Minnesota. Minneapolis, who's there? George who?
It was at Floyd.
George Floyd. What about the brother that got beat up by the police in Kenosha? All deep state police. And see, Geronimo Pratt, Tookie Williams, Jeff Ford, the street generals, they gone. Where are the people who were doing that in our community? Where are they at? We ain't got nobody. And then as far as locally with the Nation of Islam, I ain't hear William and David speak on that not one time. That's my all people. Not one time. You bitched out too. Not one time. Was Mr. Farrakhan supposed to do everything and be everywhere? What about these local black ministers? Christian Faith, Holy Redeemer, Christ the King. They ain't say nothing about her, man. Oh, well, she's out there she was being a street whoop. No, we ain't talking about that. We talking about what happened to her. A nefarious, evil crime. A sadistic, nefarious, evil crime. Dismemberment? So yeah, I'm on Mr. Robert McCall. You watch the Equalizer, the look that he got in that whole movie. He hardly ever smiling. That's what I'm on.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. My heart goes out and duas for the family. Where was the mayor at on that? Huh?
Right.
We got a black mayor. Where was he at? We got a black county he's at. Where was they at on that? And like I said, if that was a white woman that happened to, what would happen to Milwaukee? It'd be national news, man. They still talking about that case in Utah. So what that means is, like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, Mr. Black Man, you got an environment of treachery. And when you look up the word treacherous, you got black folks that's treacherous. Treachery. call that syndrome? Patty Hearst. They said she had it. You know, the syndrome when you I can't think what it's called. Anyway, it's when you capitulate to the enemy. God do what you want. That's what we got going on in the black community. Where are the black women that's up on this? And why we can't have a discussion about it?
Right.
You know, Erica be on your show. She a black woman. I mean, she don't feel no certain way about it. And that woman is in her age group. I'm just saying.
Well, once again, as always, man, you waking us up and give us a different way of looking at the things going on in today's media. Y'all make sure y'all follow that hashtag, The Ram Report, man. Connect with The Ram on social media. Hey, and join these groups. If you're a like-minded individual, you on the same frequency and understanding and research as he is, man, be sure to continue to follow him for a lot more black conscious narratives and breakdowns of today's event. Once again, we appreciate you calling, man, as always. We're going to get up with
and
you.
And Shukran, thank you once again for having me. It's been a good hour and some minutes.
Yes.
Of some insightful information. You know, non-control news topics, open-minded thinking. And like you said, until next time.
All right. Y'all keep it locked. We're about to get you off into the music. HittingHardRadio.com, the Morning Shift Mke. The request lines is open. All you got to do is let me know what you want to hear. 414-502